Or not, don't know. No.
This is the bungalow that was floated over from the mainland and floated around and brung up onto the beach, put up onto the rocks, and that underneath there would be where the tallymen are. The tallymen are like, they would have been men years ago that would have waved their wee lanterns and brung the ships in towards the island because they thought, you know, it was a port or whatever, and the ships used to crash in, and the tallymen would used to, you know, go onto the ships and take all their stuff and, you know, kill the men and bury them away.
Here we go around and gather up all the plastic bottles and stuff like that. The girls walk around with bags and we usually get about 4 or 5 sacks, you know, and then we'll just burn it all away, you know. An unbelievable amount of plastic goes into the water. There's the highest point of the island. See it? It's the highest point on the whole Copelands.
And every time you go up, you bring a stone.
Every time you come up, yeah, you bring a stone so it gets higher every time you go.
Is that our bar that Ronnie brought over last time?
Yeah. See all that stuff there, boy? Everything you see here, all that wood, all driftwood. It's like a hull with a rubber tube around it.
What's that off the chair from the other?
What, you don't fall asleep in that chair? Everybody sits in that chair.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Why?
Sometimes. No Xbox. Boring, you would have nothing to do, probably.
You make your own entertainment over here. You can go kayaking, swimming, jumping off the landing stage, walks. You just go find something to do.
Staying for like a week, you just wouldn't like it. I think it'll be fun because you can do whatever you want really here.
I think it'll get boring after a while.
You football out in that big field out there,
Oh, be so good.
and at night you just put light the candles, light the fire, and you sit with the little card table and you play games. I love finding a nice spot round the back and read my book, or round at the hammock and the swings and stuff. Guys, we're going now!
I'm Victoria.
And I'm Bethan. And we're going to ask Mrs. Curry some questions. What is the school council?
Well, the school council, we call the school council in Lurgan Junior High School the Pupils' Voice. And they're representatives from every single year and from every single band. And there are 16 children in it, and they are the voice of every single pupil within our school.
Do you think it is important for our school to have a council?
Well, indeed I do, because in actual fact, there are far more young people in this school than there are teachers and non-teaching staff. And we want all of our children to be happy. We want them to feel valued. We want them to feel fulfilled. We want them to have a say in their accommodation, and a say in what they feel the school needs that will benefit every single pupil. And so we have to consult with you, and we need you, and we need your views, we need your opinions. So it's important that you have a voice.
How would it help a student in later life if they joined the council?
Well, there are a lot of skills you learn. You learn how to work as a team. You learn to take part in a meeting. You learn to give your viewpoint. You learn to speak to others. The chair learns to actually run the meeting. You learn to take responsibility, not just for yourself, but for other people within the school. So yes, I actually believe that being part of the school council makes you part of a team, and together, as a team, everybody achieves so much.
What is your perspective on our council?
Well, we're just in the foundation stages. We've only really been running for 2 to 3 terms, so we have a long way to go. But I very much enjoy working with the people in our student council. I think they're great people, very generous, very caring, and they value the young people in our school too. So I really enjoy my role.
How do pupils join the council?
Well, at the minute, they have been represented as prefects within their year band, within their bands. But Mr. Thompson and I are going to discuss that, and then we're going to bring various other models to you, because we would like to open it out to other people who do not have a particular responsibility within the class. But we're going to see if there are other alternatives. So at the minute, it's just down to the prefects within the class.
Are only a select few pupils allowed to join, or is it for all pupils to volunteer?
Well, at the minute, as I've said, it is actually quite selective. We possibly would in the long term like to get away from that selection, and we would like people to elect themselves. That's a decision that we as a school council have to take together. I cannot impose that on the school council, because you are the school council. So it has to represent the thoughts of the people, because it's a democratic council. It represents everybody.
Thank you very much. Back to Megan in the foyer.
Thank you.
Camera, I'm here with whoever it is. Okay. And then talk to them.
Am I on now? Okay. I'm interviewing Miss Smelly, but she's not here. She's not here. And back to the studio.
Thank you, girls. Well done.
Are we off? Okay. Sorry about that delay.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that failed. Okay.
Most of my husband's family had been to the school, but for by that, the primary school got a chance, P7 got a chance to go in for an open day, and after the open day my kids just come home absolutely raving about it, wanted to go to the school, and we went to the open night, and it was also very informative, and we were very impressed with what the school had to offer and by the attitude of the pupils and the teachers.
How did they settle into Lurgan Junior High School?
Really, really well. Because they wanted to go, they weren't as apprehensive on their first day as maybe they might have been. So they settled in really, really well. And the fact that they've one form teacher the whole way through helps as well.
Have they been given much support and encouragement?
Very much so. One of them they've had Pupil of the Month, they've had good mentions in school. This is always sent home and you know about it, which it's reassuring as well. Plus it gives the kids confidence as well when they get a special mention or a Pupil of the Month, which is good.
In your opinion, what are the advantages of a 3-year school?
I think it's more advantageous because they mature a lot in the 3 years at the junior high, academically as well as every other aspect of school life. And if they go to school, after school clubs, that's fantastic. They just mature so much in the 3 years academically. They're ready at 14 to do the transfer exam, I feel.
What would you say are the school's strengths?
The fact that they concentrate on Key Stage 3 education is a big one for me, and the fact that they do exams at Christmas and during the summer, it means...
Hi, I'm here today with Mrs. Patterson from the art department. So, what interested you in art?
Well, I've always had an interest in colour and always found it easy to draw, and when it looked like it should look, that encouraged me really, so it really went on from there.
So, how does art benefit our children in this school?
Art is actually really understood, not really fully understood, in that it really does benefit children in developing their brains creatively, and it helps a child to develop in their motor skills, and art comes naturally to them before even writing. Some children really enjoy art because there's no right or wrong way of doing something, drawing something. It's entirely their own perspective.
So what opportunities does art and design provide for their future?
There's a wide range of opportunities in relation to jobs. For example, architecture, teaching, designing, fashion designing, textile designing, website designing. There's a wide, even stylist, even a hairdresser or a beautician. Quite a lot of jobs out there people don't realise that they need art for.
There is a wide variety. Well, thank you for your time, Mrs. Patterson. Back to you in the studio.
We are here with Rebecca and we're just going to ask her a few questions. So, Rebecca, what primary school did you go to?
Marlin Village Primary School.
And what class are you in?
P7.
Did you go to our P6 day?
Yes.
Was it lots of fun?
It was good.
Do you hope to go to this school in the future?
Yeah.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, I'm here with some of the prefects of Lurgan Junior High. So Ryan, what does it mean to be a prefect at Junior High?
It's a very big responsibility in school, and you're set as a role model for younger kids coming into the school.
Sarah, what are the responsibilities of being a prefect? Well, when you're a prefect, you have to come to things like the open night and help with the teachers and whatever they need help with. And it's really just about being an example to the school and setting an example.
So, what other things are you involved in school?
Well, I'm heavily involved in sport. Like, I go to after school clubs, play rugby for the school. I'm a house captain as well, so I have to take care of my house and sort out things, and like swimming gala and house events.
Sarah, do you enjoy being a school prefect? I think it's really, really good. It gives you a lot of opportunities in stuff like the open night, and it gives you a real chance to just be an example for everyone else. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to watch a video now.
Roughly how many bees would you have in these hives?
In these hives here we would have, there's about 8 boxes, and on an average at this time of the year and the various mix of boxes, probably about 250,000 bees.
Then Liam took us over to open one of the hives.
We lift that off. Here you will see, get it close up, new brood, baby bees in other words, which haven't been sealed yet, in the centre of the frame. There's bees or larvae are at all ages. There's egg, young larvae, and older larvae. The next stage is when the larvae become sealed. In this frame, you'll see some seal brood. And that's the bees that have all their supplies they'll need until the hatch in 21 days. Here you have 2 queen cups, and that could possibly spark alarm as the bees may be creating queen cells. These are what the new queens would hatch out in. So we have a look here and see if there's anything in them. And you can see that one's empty. And that one's empty, so there's no problem there. They're not in swarm mode. If those were in swarm mode, there'd be royal jelly in there and a larvae. So we're okay here. Trying to propagate Irish black bees, native bees, and these are quite dark, quite docile, and a good type of bee to keep. Some bees from imported queens can be quite temperamental and sharp. Unfortunately, these are fine.
So how would the queen's behaviour affect the hive itself then?
The queen's behaviour, or it's not so much the queen's behaviour as the lack of a queen. When bees are queenless, that's when there's no queen present. They get very tetchy and can be very, very defensive. That's the main problem with the queen. Some bees, the queen crossed in various crossings when they mate, produce bad-tempered, or as we would say, cross bees. That's not very often that happens. But the main point is that the box should contain a viable queen. A queen that's healthy, laying well, and by and large then the temper of the hive will be okay. On some of those bees, if you look carefully, you will see on their legs pollen, and on their body there's one there which has been rolling about in pollen. There's another one there, if you can see, with pollen on its legs, probably coming from either the hawthorn or the rowan. So that's it. And the pollen is brought in and it's made into bee bread, is what they call it, which is the food and protein for the baby bees. But within that cell there are eggs at the very bottom of the cell, which look like tiny rice cells. That's what an egg looks like. And a queen bee in full flow, which is this time of year, can lay up to 2,000 eggs a day. Eggs remain as eggs until the developmental larvae are 3 days old. If you focus in there, in about the bee doing a dance, the bee, and the dance is to tell them where the forage is. You use like a GPS system almost to tell the other bees where the forage is in the locality. Queen is head of the colony, and she's the one that produces all the brood. All bees come from the queen. The bees that she produces are 2 types.
I'm here with Mrs. Gilbert. So, Mrs. Gilbert, for prospective pupils, what can they expect from drama lessons?
Well, drama lessons are pretty exciting in this class. I have to say that most pupils, I think 99.9% of pupils like drama. We do have the occasional person who comes that they don't like drama, but I have to say by the time they leave, nearly everybody does like drama. So what we'll be doing, we have some serious fun in drama. I think you know what that means. And basically it means that all of the first term we'll be playing drama games. And the games will really to be building up everybody's confidence. So we play things like Honey, I Love You, the game that everybody loves to hate. Did you enjoy it yourself?
Yeah.
What did you like best about Honey, I Love You?
It's just so funny.
I think that the basic idea behind Honey, I Love You is that when you're on stage quite a lot, you feel like laughing if something funny happens, but you just can't do it. So in Honey, I Love You, we have to do that. We play loads and loads of games, and then second term we start to actually get into the more serious drama side. Well, not very serious in my class. And we do lots of acting and instant improvisation when we do things like, what time do you call this? Which everybody loves. And I think that by the end of the second term, most people in school have got a fairly good grasp of drama, and I have to say nearly everybody seems to enjoy it.
Drama Club's on a Monday. Could you explain to us all what future pupils can look forward to doing there as well if you join?
Well, Drama Club is basically an extension of drama class, and so we come to have a lot of fun, and it's the people who are pretty serious about drama and want to take part in a school play. Now, the last school play we had was The Boyfriend, which of course you were in, and this year we had, every other year we don't do a big play, but we do a big concert. So this year, as some of the parents saw, we did a little extract from Annie, and then we had some angels, one of which you were, a beautiful angel yourself, and stars. And basically we just try to get all the pupils in school to show their talents, and really just as often as we can we try to showcase our talents. Hopefully the rest of this term we'll be doing a few more sketches, maybe a few assemblies, and we also hope to go out to an old people's home. And then of course the highlight of our year is when we go to London. So we're really looking forward to that. We're going to London for 5 days. I think there's 55 of us going. And we're all getting very excited about the countdown for London. We'll be going to see Wicked. We're going to see The Lion King. We'll be going on the London Eye. We're going to the very, very scary London Dungeons. And I guess we'll probably not get very much sleep for 5 days and 5 very long nights for me. But if it's as good as the last drama trip, it'll be absolutely fantastic.
It'll be lots of fun. Thank you for taking time out to talk to me, Miss Gilbert. Back to the studio.
Well, it's been a queer night so far, Judy. It really has. Oh, look, there's people.
We're here with Ellen. Ellen, what primary school did you go to?
Maryland Village. So, what has been your favourite subject so far here? Probably English. Yeah.
What all have you seen in the school that you've liked?
Well, probably everything. I like the camera equipment, I love the studio, I love English department, I love the maths department. It's all brilliant. It really is. So what about learning junior high TV? What have you thought about it? It's amazing. It just makes you want to go to the school so much. Yeah.
Are there any extracurricular activities that you would be taking part in if you came to junior high?
Well, most of them, if there's speech and drama or hockey or football, most of them. Yeah.
So do you enjoy sports?
Yeah. So do you do any of this at home? Well, I do tennis sometimes at home, and I do some music.
Thank you very much, Ellen. We're now going to Chloe in the foyer.
Right, I'm here with Mrs. Carson. So Miss Carson, we all know that you're a science teacher, but what is your favourite subject to teach?
Well, while I enjoy teaching all the sciences, I have to say that I really do prefer teaching biology, which is the study of living things. So I very much like talking about animals and humans, of course, and how we breathe and how we digest our food and so on. So that's my favourite.
And what topics do you teach the year 8s in science?
Well, in Year 8 we do a mixture of physics and chemistry and my favourite biology topics. So we do about energy, and then we do about living things, where we look at our classification. And after that then we have to, of course, explore what everything's made of. So we talk about our atoms and molecules and look at elements and compounds. And we also look at water. And finally we look then at what living things are made from, and we look at cells and reproduction.
And do you think it's important to teach science in school, and why?
Well, I do think it's very important to teach science in school, and a lot of evidence would back me up because, of course, a lot of jobs that people will go on to do, a lot of the careers, they will need their science, whether it's maybe to do with health or to do with food or engineering. A lot of the careers that people will choose will eventually need their biology, their chemistry and or their physics. Okay.
Thank you. I now have Philip here. Now Philip, I hear you've been in the science lab. What's it like down there and what are you doing?
It's very busy. Me and Mark Hutchinson are doing an experiment to see if hydrogen acid has hydrogen gas in it.
Thank you. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you. So we have another people in with us. So what's your name?
Jonathan.
And what primary school did you go to?
Wangstown Primary School.
So have you been about the school?
Yes.
So what have you thought?
It's very good.
So has there been any favourite expeditions that you've liked?
Pardon?
Any favourite things that you've liked?
The studio.
Yeah. So are you thinking about getting involved if you come here?
What are you interested in the studio?
All the editing stuff.
So behind the scenes work then?
Yes.
So you don't want to be a presenter?
No, not really.
Do you not like being on camera?
Not really.
No.
Okay. We're going back to the foyer now.
Hello, I'm here with Joe, our caretaker. Joe, what's your history in Lurgan Junior High?
My history is quite a long history. I was a pupil in school in 1959 when it first opened for 4 years. I returned to work in the school in 1981 and I'm sadly retiring next week.
Aww. And what responsibilities do you have as a caretaker at Lurgan Junior High?
I am responsible for security, all the mechanical and electrical services within the school.
And who do you think the most important people in the school are?
I think the most important people in the school are the pupils.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. Back to you in the studio.
So Judy, I heard you're the netball captain.
Yeah, I am.
What does that involve?
Well, it involves really going to different schools and really getting involved with the different coaches and captains and saying thanks to them after the match.
So how many competitions have you competed in this year already?
Well, there's been quite a lot. First, the Vista League, which we have recently achieved a high success in, and then we're going to do another match in a couple of weeks' time.
How often do you train for netball?
We train every Tuesday, and it's from 3:30 to 4:30.
So is there a lot of training involved?
There is a lot of training involved, but it's to keep your fitness up and to get your skills boosted.
Who takes you for netball?
Mrs. Dugan takes us for netball.
How long have you been playing netball for?
Well, quite a while, since first year, but then I did a wee bit in, my primary school before that. So Megan, have you been involved in any school activities?
Just mainly the studio, and last year I was involved in drama.
So how do you find drama?
It's very show business, very hustle and bustle.
So are you into all that?
Yes.
Yeah. So I heard you're going the London trip.
Yep, I'm going in June to London with the drama club.
So what are you going to do in the London trip?
We're doing several things. We're going to the London Dungeons.
Yep.
We're going to see plays in the West End, and we're also going to go on sightseeing trips.
So I heard that you also go to the studio. So what do you do in the studio?
Well, so far I've done this and the school promotional video.
So how do you find it?
It's very different from what most other schools do.
It really is. So have you done much in the gallery?
No, actually I haven't. I've learned to work the auto cue and that's it.
Was it exciting?
Okay, now we have Sarah in the foyer.
Hello, I'm here with Mrs. Maley, the librarian. What is your role as librarian?